Hello students, welcome to the video tutorial of informatics practices for class 11th. Today we will be discussing the third part of the chapter Python fundamentals. So students, as in the previous video tutorials, we were seeing some basic Python programs in the interactive mode. So today we will be discussing some basic programs in the script mode. Okay, so let's see how we can perform the programming in the script mode of Python. So first of all you need to open the IDLE. Okay, so you can use it directly from the taskbar also if you have added to the taskbar. So let's move to our taskbar, and here we are opening this IDLE. Okay, it is the first of all interactive mode. Okay, but we need to go to program in the script mode. So what we will do, we will select file and then new file, and this is your script mode. Okay, now we'll be writing some Python scripts here, and accordingly we'll be taking the output on the output screen. Okay, so let's see. Let's begin. As you know that in Python the comment line is being symbolized with the help of hash. Okay, so let's use the hash symbol to add a comment that this program is going to be for the basic addition of two numbers. Okay, so we are writing Python program to add two numbers. Okay, after writing this we can start our code. Okay, so basically there are two ways of getting input of the values. First way is to take directly the inputs, and second is by reading the input value. Okay, so first we'll be discussing how we can take the values directly. Okay, so in this, suppose we are having a variable a and we are giving a specific value to it, suppose 25. Okay, and then next line we have given b is equals to 12, and then we are writing c is equals to a plus b. Okay, and then to get the output we are writing print c. Okay, so this is a simple basic program to add two numbers. Okay, now let's see how we can save it. We will go to file. Okay, and in the file select the save as option, and save as option select the desktop, and in desktop suppose you can write any file name. Here we are writing a.py. .py is the extension for the script file in Python. You are knowing this already, so we are saving it a.py. Okay, now the code is saved and we can run the file. Okay, so directly you can run this file from F5 also, but right now we are taking it from run. Okay, so run and then run module, and here you are seeing the output as 37. Why 37? Because we have given the inputs accordingly and the result was being given with the help of addition of these two numbers. Okay, so in this case we took the input directly from the user. Okay, but what if we want different inputs for the same program? Okay, suppose the same program is to be written for multiple users, but the multiple users can have different values for them. Okay, so let's see how we can do it. Only you have to add one line here, that a is equals to 25 will be written like this, int, then we'll write input, and this will write enter the first number, enter the first number. Okay, then we will close this bracket and then another bracket for the first one. Okay, why we have written int? Because we are giving an integer value. Okay, if you are not using int, so by default it will take a string value. Okay, but if you want any other data type like integer or float, then you have to write the data type accordingly. Okay, so we have written int there because we wanted a integer type input. Okay, then we have written this statement here, enter the first number. What is the use of this enter the first number? It is just for providing a message to the person that if you are going to run this program, it will ask you a number. Okay, so by seeing this message enter the first number, you will understand that you have to input the first number. Okay, similarly for the second number also we want the same line. Okay, so again we have written int input enter the second number. Okay, so enter the second number, and again we have closed these two brackets. Okay, now C is written as A plus B, and now we are also changing this print statement. We want a message that this is the result of the addition of these two numbers. So how we can write this? In print only we will write this statement: addition result is, okay, and this statement will be given in the print, and then we will separate it with the help of comma, that C is having the value of A plus B, okay, and this things which is mentioned in the double inverted commas will be printed as it is. Okay, so in the print statement we will have the output as addition result is C, and C is actually having the values of A and B. Okay, so now let's try to execute these. How this can be read? First of all, you have written the program and you can save it directly. Press Ctrl plus S, it will save your command. Okay, and then again you can directly press F5 to run the program. Okay, so here we are running this program and it is asking for the first number. Okay, so let's input the first number as 25. Okay, it will ask for the second number, press 12. Okay, and then you will see addition result is 37. Okay, so this time you have given the messages that first inputting the first value you have to get this message, enter the first number, so you have got this message. Then for the second line again you have written enter the second number, you have got the message 12. Okay, and then addition result you have mentioned in the output, so it has shown the addition result accordingly, and the addition result is 37. Okay, now let's try to change this code and have different of something in this. Okay, now suppose if we have to write a program to subtract two numbers, suppose, okay, starting from a simple codes, subtract two numbers, what you have to do is here again you have to input these two values A and B. Okay, and what you have to change here is subtract, so from plus the sign will be changed to minus, and you can say addition result you can remove here and you will write subtraction result is C. Okay, so just by changing this small line you can change this. Okay, so that is the profit of using script mode, because you are having the code saved, so you don't have to run the codes again and again. Okay, if you have written that code, you will change few of the lines of the codes and you will have another code. Okay, and you can print the result accordingly. So that makes our task quite easier as compared to the interactive mode. Okay, so we have changed few codes here. So we will save it again, Ctrl plus S, then by pressing F5 you can again run it. Okay, so let's run. Again it is asking for the first number. Suppose the first number is 25. Second number we are taking it as suppose 10. Okay, you can see the output is subtraction result is 15. Okay, just by pressing the enter you are having the output that subtraction result is 15. Okay, that is the profit of using script mode. Okay, you will have the stored programs for you. Whenever you need you can write the codes there. Okay, and if there is a certain modification in the code, and if it is not a huge modification, you can just change the code few lines of the codes. Okay, and you can again get the output. So let's try to change the code again. Now suppose we want a program in which we can calculate the square of a number. Okay, Python program to print square of a number, square of a number. Okay, now what you will do for getting the square of a single number, you will need a single variable. Okay, you don't need another variable because you have to print the power of a single number only. Okay, so you can remove this line from here. Okay, and C is equals to A minus B will be also removed. Here you can write simple A is equals to int input, enter the first number. Okay, and then you can write A is equals to, for getting square you can directly multiply it again with the same number. that is a into a, okay, and then you will write subtraction result. This is to be changed here. Subtraction will be here square of, suppose we want to mention the number also of which we are having the square, so suppose we can write here square of comma a, then again we have written is in quotes comma c. Now see, suppose if you want both of the numbers together, so you will have to store it in some other variable, okay, but if you don't want the number to be displayed, or directly if you want the square of the number to be played, so directly you can write this code, okay, you don't have to write this, you can directly write square of number is, okay, and it is stored in a only, you don't have to use any other variable for just printing this, okay. So now the a will be having the updated value, that is the square value, because we have written a is equals to a into a, okay. So whatever the value of a was there, it has been squared here by using a into a, okay. So again we will save this code, control plus s, okay, and then we can just write function plus F5. See, it is asking for the first number. Let's input the first number. You can directly input enter the number, okay, because here we are having only single number, so don't have to write first number, directly write the number which square you want, okay. Suppose you want the square of 4, okay, so you have inputted the number as 4. Now let's see the output here. Square of number is 60, okay. So this is the way in which you can create some codes in Python program, okay, in a script mode. Now see, let's have a Valkyr program now. Python program to print principal simple interest and amount to be paid, okay, amount to be paid. Now suppose we have written this code, we want to have modification in the code. What we will do here, we will just write here int input, and this will write the message principal. If there is a problem in the spelling, that is not a big deal here, only the codes should be proper, okay. The keywords which you are using in Python, that should have the correct spelling, and the messages which you are writing here in the double quotes, that is to be printed as it is, okay. So it will not create any problems if there are spelling mistakes, okay, so don't worry about that. Int input, enter the principal amount, okay, right, enter the principal amount, principal amount, okay. Then suppose the variable name was p here, you can write any variable name, that is not a hard and fast rule that you have to use this only, okay. Any variable name can be given, okay, but be careful, whatever the variable name and whatever the casing you are using, that should be similar. If you are writing capital P, then capital P should be used. If you are writing a small p, then a small p should be used, okay. So in this we have written enter the principal amount, okay, then we are writing r is equals to int input, enter the rate of interest, okay, enter the rate of interest, again we are closing this bracket, okay, then for how much time the particular principal is being used. Okay, so the bank has given you the loan, so let's take out how much amount is to be paid. Okay, or how much interest you are going to get, that can also be calculated. Okay, so in T we are giving the time period. Okay, so int input, enter the number of years. Okay, number of years. So in this we have inputted time also. Now see what we have to do. We have to calculate the simple interest. Okay, so for that purpose we are using another variable SI, and this SI will be equal to, you know, the formula of simple interest is P into R into T upon 100. Okay, so we will store the result in SI like this: P, this is the symbol of multiplication, R, then into T divided by 100. Okay, simple to write this. Okay, SI is equals to P into R into T upon 100, and then you are printing that simple interest is. You can write the simple statement here. Whatever the message you want, you have to write in the double quotes. Okay, so you will write simple interest is, then it is stored in the variable SI, so you will write SI. Okay, you can add rupees also there if you want, then comma, and write rupees. Okay, see what it will do. It will store the value first. This line P is equals to int input enter the principal amount. This line will store the principal value. Okay, whatever the principal value will provide, it will store it. Then this will store the rate of interest. Okay, because you have written R is equals to int input enter the rate of interest, so it will ask you the rate of interest. Then it will ask you the number of years for which the interest is to be calculated, and then this SI will take the values of P, R and T, multiply them up. Okay, and then the result of the multiplication will be divided by this 100, and it will be stored in SI. Okay, so directly you can print it by writing the statement simple interest is, comma, the name of the variable in which you are storing the result, that is SI, then comma rupees. Okay, so let's save the code first, Control plus S, and then you can directly press F5 to get the output. Now we have to enter the principal amount. Suppose the principal amount is 1000. Okay, then to ask the rate of interest. Suppose the rate of interest was 2%. Okay, and enter the number of years. So number of years is again suppose 2. So it has provided you that the simple interest is 40.0 rupees. Okay, so suppose if you want the amount to be displayed, okay, that what is the final amount which is to be paid to the bank, then you can add another variable also here. Okay, so add here amount is equals to, let's suppose the amount is stored in variable capital A, so A is equals to, what the formula of amount is equals to principal plus interest. Okay, so interest is already in SI, so you can add this P and you can add this SI also there, P plus SI. Now this A is having the values of principal and simple interest added together, so you can print the amount also. Just add one more line in the code, print, and in this you can write amount to be paid, amount to be paid is, then it is stored in which variable, A. Okay, so comma A, that is capital A. Don't write small a, because you know that Python is case sensitive, so if you are having any errors in this, it will create another variable. Okay, so you have to be very careful with this. Whatever the case you are using, you have to use the same case. Okay, so amount to be paid is capital A, again comma, you will write rupees there. Okay, close this quotes and you are fine with the code. Okay, save the code, Control plus S. Okay, let's get the output here, function plus. See, again you have to enter the principal amount. Let's have the same values again. 1000, rate of interest is again 2, and number of years is 2. And now see, you are getting two outputs. Simple interest is 40 rupees again, and the amount to be paid is 1040, because 1000 was the principal amount and you have got the interest is 40. So it has added both of them and it has provided you the final amount to be paid is 1040 rupees. Okay, so you can see this, the programming is so easy here, you don't have to worry about all those things. Okay, so let's change the code, go to another code here. If you want any other code, suppose Python program to print volume of a cylinder, suppose. Okay, simple program, don't have to worry. Any program you can make, just I'm giving you some sample programs so you can understand that how you can change few codes. Okay, so from the next video tutorials we'll be discussing at how to write the codes directly. We will not be going to the IDLE. Okay, it is a bit difficult to write the codes every time, so it will be better I'll be giving you the screenshots of the code and you can directly run it on your screen. Okay, so today I'm explaining you in this. Be very careful with this lecture. So Python program to print volume of a cylinder. Okay, so suppose I want to change the code here. Let's delete this code. Okay, so for printing the volume of a cylinder, you know the formula for volume of cylinder is pi r square h. Okay, if I am correct, then volume of cylinder should be pi r square h. So what are the variables to be used here? Pi is a constant value, so you don't have to worry about pi's value. You can use 3.14 there. Okay, or you, if you want, you can use 22/7 also. It is according to your need. Okay, so for our simplicity we'll be using it as 3.14. Okay, so pi is already fixed. R square is the square of the radius of the cylinder. Okay, base of the cylinder. So you have to take the input value of r also. Okay, and then you will be having the height also. If you're not having the height, you cannot calculate. Okay, so these two variables are needed here, that is one for the radius of the base of the cylinder and second is for the height of the cylinder. So let's take two variables for it. R is equals to, you want it in the integer type again, so int input, enter the base radius of cylinder. Okay, close this code, again close this one. Okay, then h is equals to, again int input, what you have to enter the height of the cylinder. So we'll write enter the height of the cylinder. Okay, let's close this bracket and close this one too. Okay, so now you have taken the two variables as r and h, so the message will be asked and accordingly you can give the input to the radius and height of the cylinder. Okay, now you have to write v is equals to, v is correspondingly being used for the volume of the cylinder. Okay, so you can write v is equals to pi r square h is the formula, so pi we are using as 3.14. okay, so 3.14 into r square. Okay, so r square is directly r into r, because here r is the variable name. Okay, whatever the variable name you are given, you have to use the same variable. Okay, so 3.14 into r square, that is r into r. Okay, and then you have to multiply it with h, that is the height of the cylinder. So here you have written h. Okay, so it will be stored in v, and v is standing here for volume. Any variable name can be used. Be very careful with this. Don't make it a problem for you that why we are using v only, why we are using r only, why we are using h only. It is just a case here. Okay, if you will use these type of variables, it will be easily understood to you. Okay, so you don't have to worry that what are the things happening. Okay, so it is easy if you are using the variables name according to your need. Okay, so 3.14 into r into h. Okay, this is your value for volume. Now suppose in the next line you want the volume to be printed, so you will write print volume of cylinder is volume of cylinder is, and in this you will write the name of the variable also, and which variable is having the value of volume, that is small v. Okay, be very careful. Again I am telling you about the cases. Okay, it is a case sensitive language, so if you have mentioned small v, you have to use small v only. Okay, so the volume of cylinder is small v, close the bracket here. Okay, save the code, Control S, and then you are going to run this. Let's run the code. It is asking for the base radius of the cylinder. Suppose it is 5 centimeters. Okay, written 5. Enter the height of the cylinder. Suppose the height is 10 centimeters. Okay, so it will provide you the volume of cylinder is 785.0. Okay, if you want to add their centimeter cube and anything, you can add in the code. Okay, suppose here we can write this v and then comma, you can add this statement centimeter cube. Okay, so you can write cubic centimeters also. It's better to write cubic centimeters. Okay, now suppose when you are running this code, enter the base radius. Suppose it was 5. Okay, height of the cylinder is 10. Now you will see volume of cylinder is 785.0 cubic centimeters. Okay, so these are the things you can do in the coding of the Python programming. Okay, so I think today's lecture is clear to you. Okay, from the next video lectures we will be discussing about the further more complex programmings of Python. So till then, take care. That's it for today, students. Thank you.